Good morning, students. I hope all of you are fine. Students, all of we have some aspiration and desires about what we would like to do and how we would like to live. The idea of development and progress has always with us. In the same manners that we have ideas about what a country should be like and what are essential things that we requires, and can life be better for all, and how should people live together, and can there be more equality. So development involves all the thinking of these questions and the ways in which we can work towards achieving these goals. So students, today we will study about development, class 10, Economics, Chapter 1. Students, in this chapter, we will cover these topics. The first one, development, meaning. Second one, aspect of development. Next, development refers to growth. Next, national development. Next, how to compare the different countries or states. And the next one, income and their criteria. Next, Human Development Index. And the last one, Sustainability of Development. First one, development. Means what is the meaning of development? Students, development means well-being and quality of life for a community by creating a new opportunity in the society. A branch of economics that focuses on improving the economies of developing countries. Development economics consider how to promote the economic growth in such countries by improving factors like health, education, working conditions, domestic and international policies, and market conditions, and it examines the both microeconomic and macroeconomic factors and relating to the structures of a developing economy and how that economy can create the effective domestic and international growth. Means country how can developed by improving the factors health, education, working conditions, and all the policies of the country. Next, aspect of development. There are two aspects of development. The first one, different people may have different developmental goal, and the second one, the development for one may not be the development for another. For first one, different people may have the different developmental goal. Student, first of all, I would like to tell you that a development goals which is for me that not be the same for the another person, because the different people may have the different developmental goal. We can explain by these examples. A girl from a rich urban families get as much freedom as her brother and is able to decide what she wants to do in life, and she is able to pursue her studies abroad. And the next, a youth may want good job opportunities and urban rich boy to earn more, expand business or productions be popular, etc. One more example I would like to tell you. A middle class boy to want to earn more money so that his family survive in better way. And the next example is landless rural laborers and the landless rural laborers the more days of work and better wages, and local school is able to provide the quality education for their children, and there is no social discrimination, and they too can become the leader in the village. Yes students, a landless laborer always want that so better ways so that he can provide 2 square of meal for his family and his children go to a local school. But a prosperous farmers from Punjab assured a high family income through higher export price for their crops and through hard working and cheap labors, and they should be able to settle their children abroad. So you can see here the developing goals of the different categories of person. And the next one, a rickshaw puller. The rickshaw puller may seek some security of work for a regular income because now he need the security of his job. Next one, contradicting developmental goals means the development for one may be the development for another. The constructions of a dam to provide electricity to industries can be development for some. It can lead to displacement of villages on the bank of river on which a dam is being built. Means some rich persons the way who want to construct a dam. It is very beneficial for them. But for constructing the dam, a village need to displace from there. So for this village, it will be very destructive because they will migrate from one place to another place, and there may be a shortage of livelihood, there may be shortage of job. So the development for one may not be the development for another. And the next one, development refers to growth. Students, all of you know that the money, a material things that one can buy with it. It is one factor on which our life depends. But the quality of life also depends on the non-material things mentioned above. As you can see, freedom, security, and equal treatment, and so on. We have need to money for to fulfill our needs, but in the society we have also need to get freedom, dignity, security, and equal treatment. And if it is not obvious to you, and then just think of the role of your friend in your life, how your friend is important in your life. Now the next one, national development. Students, if as we have seen above, individuals seeking different goals, then their notion of different national development is also likely to be different. So students, it is very important to keep in mind that the different person could have different as well as conflicting notions of a country's development. And national development means thinking about fair and just path for all and whether there is better way of doing things. Compare the Now how to compare the different countries or states. Usually we take one or more important characteristics of persons and compare them based on these characteristics. The four comparing countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attributes. As you think that we can compare the different things, they could be have similar as well as differences. There are many students in our class, and all of you are differ in your height, health, talent, interest. And the healthiest students may not be the most studious one, and the most intelligent students may not be friendliest one. So how do we compare students? The criterion that we may use depends on the purpose of comparison. We use the different criterion to choose the different field like sport team, debate team, music team, or a team to organize a picnic or painting competitions. So students, to compare the different countries and states, we have need to take different criterions. Countries with higher income are more developed than other with less income, and the income of the country is income of all the residents of the country. This gives us the total income of country, and hence we compare the average income, and the average income is, you can see in this example, how can we calculate average income? Average income is the total income of the country divided by total population. Means total income of the country will be divided by total population. And the total income of the country is the income of the all residents of the country. Okay, students. Now next, for comparison between countries, total income is not such a useful measure. Thus, since countries have different population, and average income is also called per capita income. Now, the next one, the World Bank method to classify the countries. According to World Bank, how to classify the countries? We compare the average income, which is total income of the country divided by its total populations, as you have also studied in last slide. And according to World Bank report, the brought out by World Bank, this criterion is used in classify countries. As you can see, the countries with per capita incomes of US dollar 12,736 per annum and above in 2013 are called rich countries, and those with per capita income of US dollar 1045 or less are called low income countries. India comes in the category of low middle income countries because its per capita income in 2013 was just US dollar 1570 per annum. For the rich countries, dollar should be 12,736, but India's per annum was $1,570. The rich countries excluded countries of Middle East, and certain other small countries are generally called developed countries according to this report. Now the next one, problem with this methods. Here are some problems in this method because two major developments or the points are not included. In this method, use the criteria of only average income, but it ignores the development parameters, health and education. And while averages are useful for comparison, they also hide disparities. Even though the two countries might have identical average income, and the country with equitable distribution is preferred, as you can see in this example. Here is a comparison of the two country A and country B. As you can see the distribution of the income. Both the countries have identical average income. All of you know that identical average income, equal average income, but in the first country A is preferred because it is more equitable distribution, and in this country people are neither very rich or nor extremely poor. On the other hand, means in country B are poor and one person is extremely rich, and hence the while average income is useful for comparison, it doesn't tell us how the income is distribution among people. Okay, now the next one, income and other criteria. The when all of you know that when we individual development and goals, we found that the people not only think about better income but also have goals such as security, respect, freedom, etc. Similarly, students, when we think of a nation or a region beside average income, public facilities are equally significant attributes. Public facility means public facilities. These are services provided by government to its citizens. Some of the important public facilities included infrastructure, sanitation, public transport, health care, water, education, etc. Okay, students, income and other criteria, per capita income and the other facilities criteria we will study in the next class. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.